Division 1 Tutorials. My name is Wen Griffin. This is part 2 in a 3-part tutorial series where I'll be showing you how to design your own business card using the free online advanced designer tool found at division1printing.com. During part 1, I went over the interface of the advanced designer tool, so if you've never used this tool before and you want to get up to speed with the interface, please check out part 1. In part 3, I'll show you how to complete your order. As a reminder, to use this tool, you are going to need to be logged into your account. To do this, just click the login link located in the upper right-hand corner of the browser window. If you don't have an account, just click on the sign up link located below the login link. Let's begin. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you the ins and outs of the design process. Click on the Add Background link in the Images tool panel. Division 1 Printing offers many background images to choose from. I'm going to be designing this business card for a landscaping company, so under the Nature category, you will see the Landscape subcategory. As I mentioned in part 1 of this series, you can add effects to your background by clicking on the Background tab in the Tab section. You can make it darker, blur it, or even take off the effect by selecting None. But what happens if you have your own background image you would like to use? Start by removing the background image. Next, I'm going to upload my own image by clicking on the Upload Your Image link underneath the Images tool panel. Now I've set up some guides to help me align my images better. To show those guides, I'm going to click on the Visual Aids tab within the tab sections and click on Show Guides. To create a horizontal guide, just click on the ruler at the top of the design board and drag your mouse down. To make a vertical guide, just click on the ruler on the left side of the design board and drag your mouse over. So now that my image has been added, I'm going to scale it down a bit by clicking on the corner of the image. In order to keep the proportions constrained, make sure you hold down the Shift key while you're dragging in. Next, I'm going to add a rectangle by clicking on the square button under the Draw tool panel. To change its color, just adjust the Fill and Stroke under the Fill and Strokes tool panel. With my background image and rectangle in place, I'm going to repeat the Add Image step and add my logo. Since I don't need my guides anymore, I'm going to go back under the Visual Aids tab and deselect the Show Guides checkbox. I have all the visual elements laid out, so now all I need to do is add some text. If you recall from part 1, you add text by clicking on the red T under the Text tool panel. You can then alter the look of your text by changing any of the parameters in the Text tool panel. In the interest of saving time, I have already added and formatted the text I'm going to use for this design. All I need to do now is put everything in place. In order to keep all my text aligned, I'm going to remove the old set of guides I created to align my images by going back to the Visual Aids tab and clicking on the Remove Guides button. Now for my new guides. That about wraps up the front of the business card design. To create a backside, I'm going to click on the Back tab located on the upper left-hand side of the design board. I'm going to add a background image again by clicking on the Add Background link under the Images tool panel and add an image that will allow for notes. The last step for the backside design is to add a credit card logo since Greenleaf Landscaping accepts them. Looks like my backside design is complete. Again, you can review your design by going to the Front Back tabs. The last step of this tutorial is to save my design. To do this, just click on the Save Progress link at the top of the dashboard. This wraps up Part 2, the design process for the Advanced Designer Tool tutorial series. Join me for Part 3, where I'll show you how to complete your order. By the way, in case this seems a bit time-consuming, keep in mind that Division 1 Printing does offer professional design services at wholesale costs. Find us online today at division1printing.com.